If you use this simple strategy, you can bump up your closing ratio by 25%. Check it out. This is your host and real estate coach, Rafael Cortez. You are listening to the REI Wholesaling Podcast, where every week I bring you the real life case studies and strategies you need to level up your real estate wholesaling business. If you haven't done so yet, go to reiwholesaling.com. Again, that's reiwholesaling.com. Sign up and get free access to your Wholesaling 101 course. This free training teaches you step by step everything you need to close your next wholesale deal and start making big money now. Welcome to the REI Wholesaling Academy series. Let's talk about something that helped me bump up my closing ratio to 25%, right? So here's a little bit of story time. I was going on seller appointments. I was normally going on anywhere from 20 to 25 seller appointments a week. And this is back in 2013, 14, 15, 16. I was very, very active in going on appointments all the time, right? The average was around 8 contracts, 6 contracts a month. Sometimes I would hit 10 contracts, right? So the volume was there, right? And then I started rolling this out. I heard about it before, but we hadn't really used it as a strategy. And this is the post-possession agreement, all right? So before I get too far into it, the first month that I rolled it out, I locked up 12 contracts, and 3 of those had a post-possession clause in it, all right? So it just helped me close the deal. It helped me push the deal that much further so we could get the signature on it, run it through the pipeline, and get paid. The post-possession agreement, okay? This can be one of your most valuable tools as a wholesaler, okay? A lot of the times we come across sellers that they do want to sell, they want to move, but they don't have money, right? And they need to relocate. They need to find another place to go before they can actually get out of their house. The post-possession agreement allows them to close on this transaction, get some money in their pocket, and then move out of the house a couple of weeks later. If you do it right, if you structure it right, you're going to be in a really, really good spot. Why? Because you're helping them close the deal, right? You're helping them monetize on this property, and more importantly, move into that next place that they're going to be living in, right? If it's a rental, if it's an apartment, if it's maybe they bought something else that they're moving into with the proceeds of the sale, whatever that may be, right? But the thing is that you're helping them get lined up so they don't have to be rushed out of there. A lot of times people think about it. If it was you, right? You're getting money, you're getting, $20, $30, $40, $50, $100,000 on the sale of your property. You're putting that money in your pocket, but you have nowhere to go. Like, people don't want to move into a hotel. They don't want to move into a storage facility. They don't want to move into, their relative's home for a period of, a week or 2 weeks while they find something else to move into, right? If we give them that advantage, a lot of times that's all they need to make up their mind, feel comfortable, feel okay, understand and know that we're helping them solve a problem and then get the signature on the contract, right? At the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. Now, if you're looking at post-possession agreements, you have to do it the right way. You can't just give post-possession agreements to everybody. Some people are just not the right fit for something like that. You don't want to get into a situation where you're having a hard time, evicting people out of the property and that sort of thing. So a couple of things. Use your discretion, right? So do it at your own discretion. Follow your gut. If something tells you that this person can be a problem to be removed from the property after the close of escrow, skip it. It may not be the right fit, right? But if you feel like you have a good relationship with them, they're eager to move out, they're working with you, you see that collaboration, help them out a little further, right? It's fine. And when you do it, you still got to do it the right way, right? The first thing is going to be, I don't usually go post-possession beyond 2 weeks. You don't want to go into a 30-day post-possession period or 2 months post-possession because then tenancy laws get, just gray and whatnot, right? So it can be confused as a leaseback agreement and it gets all kinds of crazy. So we just do it for a week or we do it for a couple of weeks. That's number one, right? This is not a leaseback. They are not leasing the property back from you. They're just doing a post-possession. We don't do an extra fee for this. Whatever the fee would have been, it's already rolled into the purchase price of the property, all right? So you have to take that into account, use it as a gambit when you're negotiating, right? Now, you have to hold back some cash. So there's got to be a holdback. Depending on the price point of the property or how much they're getting out of the sale at the close of escrow, we'll do anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 holdback on post-possession agreements. What that is, you don't put it in your pocket, right? So the title company keeps that holdback in escrow, and when they move out, they release the holdback and then they get the rest of that money. So if you sold the property for $100,000 and they were getting, $30,000 out of that, you're going to do a $5,000 holdback, right? So at the close of escrow, $5,000 stay in escrow. They get $25,000 down. and now they have a period of 2 weeks to move out of there. When they move out and it's vacant, and you give that confirmation to title, they're gonna release the other $5,000 to them. You don't touch it, you're not putting it in your pocket, let them know that, right? Make them feel comfortable with that kind of stuff. They're still a middleman, right? Which is the title company, and that's when they get the rest of that cash. So that's what's gonna, kind of entice them to move out of there and not really just sit on the property and squat and then have, all kinds of, eviction problems down the road, right? It's $5,000. They wanna get that money out. So make sure that you have a move-out date in your agreement, whatever agreement you're doing, and do this at the time of the signing of the purchase contract too, right? So whatever your agreement is, make sure you have a move-out date. Again, we usually push it out 2 weeks tops. That gives enough time for people to move into another place, right? They don't have to take their stuff into a storage or move twice and that sort of thing. It can get hectic. But it's really good help for them. It allows the sellers to feel more comfortable with the whole transaction, right? Especially if they have family, kids, and you're trying to work through this whole thing with them. Now, move-out date is very important. Also, another thing that I do in the post-possession agreement is the per diem clause, right? It's a per diem, meaning per day fee, that if they go beyond that 15-day period, which they got for free in our case, there is going to be a $150 fee assessed a day, okay? So 16 days, $150 come out of that $5,000 deposit. Then another day, it's another $150. So it starts getting expensive for them to stay in the property beyond what the agreement was. So that's how the per diem works, right? You also want to have a forfeiture date in there. So let's say that they don't move out 15 days after the move out date. And they're still in there, right? There's money being taken out of that, deposit or that holdback, but they're still in the property. They forfeit the entire thing. And you also want to make sure that in your agreement you have a section in there that you let them know that the eviction process is going to get started without exceptions, right? After they hit a certain period of time, if they're still in the property. So if they had to move out 15 days after the close of escrow, we'll give them a couple of days of penalties there, per diem wise, boom, boom. And if nothing moves, if they're still in the property, we'll just go through the eviction process. So as you can see, this strategy is not a super complicated strategy. It's a very good tool to have in your closer's belt. Right, and if you use it right, if you're smart about the people who you apply this with, it's gonna help bump up your closing ratio. Guarantee you that much. Think about it, right? Over a period of a year, if you lock up, 5, 8 deals with post-possessions, those are probably deals that wouldn't have happened otherwise. It's really gonna, bump up your bottom line. Not that complicated. Very, very effective tool. Of course, anytime you close a deal, ideally you want to have everybody, just move out of the property and the property be vacant at the close of escrow. This is only for those scenarios where the seller really, really needs help in that space, and this can just push the signature across the line, all right? Keep that in mind. If you want a free download of the agreement that we use, go to reiwholesaling.com. It's a free PDF download. Download it, use it. Apply it. Again, go to reiwholesaling.com, check out the free assets, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay focused. You got this. Fam, thank you for listening. Every week I bring you the real, the raw, the mindset, the case studies, and the strategies you need to build your own successful real estate wholesaling business. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't miss out on real life experience and information that can make you millions. It's time to join the ranks of successful wholesalers and take advantage of one of the biggest opportunities that we have in our lifetime to generate wealth. So go to reiwholesaling.com. Head over to my website, again, that's reiwholesaling.com, and learn how to make big profits, make big money by finding, negotiating, and closing wholesale deals from your own backyard. You've heard the stories, seen the case studies. Stop thinking about it. It's time to write your own. Again, head over to reiwholesaling.com, click on coaching program, book a discovery call, have a conversation with my team, and you might get an invitation to join hundreds of students throughout the country who are leveling up on a daily basis. The writing is on the wall. Hustle is a season. It's not a business strategy. Take action, start building a sustainable and scalable real estate wholesaling business, and join the coaching program today. I will catch you guys on the next one. Talk to you soon. Stay focused. You got this.